His name is Armstrong Williams. He is a Republican. I think he's still a member of that party. He has conservative views, and he's my buddy, but, we just don't agree on a lot of things. And that's why I have him on, because we're not a monolithic group, okay? We have varied opinions. How you doing, Armstrong?
Always good speaking to Russ Parr.
Yes, I know it is. To be able to just get off the stuff that bothers you. All right, so listen, it's highly expected that Republicans are going to get control of the House, and there's a possibility that they'll get the Senate. What is the state of the races as you see it?
The issue, Russ, is crime and the pocketbook issues and the economy and just the millions of migrants that have come in this country at the expense of American suffering. And if this were not the case, the issues like abortion and women's freedom would be a cause for people to go out to the polls. But when people are suffering and they believe they're losing their way of life, they're going to vote their pocketbooks. They don't vote morality.
Right. Okay, so let's stop there because we got a lot to unpack here. We'll stop there and we'll go piece by piece. So I'll let you finish out. Let's start with the economy. Question: is there a recession around the world right now?
Yes.
Okay. Why is that? Why is the whole world going through this?
Listen, I don't think.
No. Just answer that. I mean, why is that happening?
The supply chain.
Okay.
The rise.
What has caused this recession around the world?
Well, in America, Biden's policies.
No. I said the world. We'll get to Biden in just a second. What's causing the whole world is in a recession? Why?
I can only. My interest is in America. That's what I.
Yeah. You don't want to answer that because it has something to do with a war in Russia. That has hurt the supply chain and everything else. You also know that there was a pandemic, but it is on Biden's watch. So I'll give you that. He's going to get the blame no matter what. But the whole world is in a recession because of these events. You don't want to talk about that, but you just want to point the finger at one individual.
I am going to talk about it. Americans cannot even understand why we're spending billions of dollars in Ukraine and the way we're suffering. We have no strategic interest there. You're right. And America's spending all its resources, and all that money's being spent, whether it's the stimulus checks that went out as a result of COVID, it's contributing to inflation and the cost of the rise in the cost of living.
So did Trump send out any stimulus checks? Did Trump send out any stimulus checks? Did he do that? Did he increase the national debt by $3.1 trillion during his 4 years? Did he do that?
You sound like the Democrats. People don't care about Trump. They care about who's in power now.
No. You don't. No. Here's what you like to do. You like to deflect because you don't want to answer the question. I'm asking you a simple question. Did Trump spend $3.1 trillion and added it to our debt, and he's a conservative? Did he not do that?
Those are not my figures. Those are yours.
Okay. So did he spend any money? Did he increase the debt at all?
Yes, they all do.
Yes, he did. And then you guys want to point the fingers at a guy who's been in office for 2 years.
Has he been in office 2 years or he's been out of it?
Oh, well, that's a good joke. But let me just say this, though. The bottom line is that we can continue to point fingers, but we have a bigger issue. You guys want to talk about economic issues? I want to talk about the tone, the tenor in our country right now, where political violence is at an all-time high. The division and the hate that is just permeating our societies. You got people that are armed walking around polling places. This is not Nazi Germany. Do you condone that? Armed people walking around wearing fatigues in polling places. Do you condone that?
Absolutely. And I condone the violent rhetoric on both sides from Republicans and Democrats. They both contribute to this toxic environment that we find ourselves in.
Wow. Okay. Well, you have to take that position because, well, you're a conservative and you think you guys do no wrong. All right. So you got this lady Caramo in Michigan who says that Democrats drink the babies' bloods and sell their body parts. Are you support that too?
Well, if people are ignorant enough to vote for that and believe that, that's on the people that go to the polls and vote.
So ignorance is a great ploy. It's like you prey on, and Trump said, hey, listen, if I ever run for president, I'm going to run as a Republican because they're not too smart. And I don't know if you remember him saying that, but you probably don't. But the point that I'm making is that They prey on the ignorance of people. They prey on what you don't know. That's what they do. And all politicians do that. All politicians. I'm not just going to say your party.
Yeah, that's the fringe. But, most voters are intelligent. They're voting, as I said early on, their pocketbooks, their way of life, the supply chain, less foods in the grocery stores, soaring fuel prices.
So let's look at the issues. All right, you said economy. Abortion doesn't seem top of mind to ladies now anymore. Do you believe that that's just like not an important issue to Americans?
That's the progressives and the liberal media pushes that narrative. That's not a big issue to most Americans. It's just not.
Yeah, and you would know because you're a male.
It's fake news. Well, you know what? It's not because I'm a man. I am a broadcast owner, and I look at the exit polls, and they tell me what people care about, and that's not an issue that's a top priority to them.
Okay. Do you know what Herschel Walker stands for, and what do you think about him?
Not the best candidate, but that's sad. It's sad. Sometimes we don't get the best candidates, but if you have a governor like Brian Kemp, who's very strong, and Stacey Abrams, who continues to put her foot in the mouth, it only hurts Warnock in the long run. It helps Herschel Walker.
So basically, Kemp, who has done a campaign for years to, suppress the vote, he's a good guy, right?
Listen, he condemned Trump. He took him on, and he still.
I'll give him that.
The people will vote him overwhelmingly, and he will win by a landslide.
Donald Trump, does he still have a stranglehold on the Republican Party?
No.
Whoa. This is what I like about Armstrong. He bucks the trends because he's going to come get you if he hears this, and he won't. But if he hears this, he's going to come get you. You know that. But you don't think he has control over because there have been some candidates that prove it. I don't need Trump. You think that's starting to happen?
The Democrats need Trump. The Republicans are done with Trump. And the voters who people claim are loyalists to Trump, they vote Trump. They vote their values. They vote their best interests. And Trump is always the person that gets credit for it. The media has this fixation with Trump. We've moved beyond Trump. Trump violated in my opinion, his duty to this country with January 6th and so many other issues that involves him. And we don't spend our time talking about Trump anymore. We spend our time talking about what's in the best interest of America going forward.
Armstrong, thank you, buddy.
Thank you all.
Vote, people. Just vote. Because if you don't, there'll be consequences.